The tale of the brave wolves. In a small village called Timberwood, there lived a young boy named Tom. Tom was fascinated by wolves. He loved their strength, their loyalty to their pack, and their howls that echoed through the night. Every evening, Tom would sit by his window and listen to the distant howls of the wolves in the nearby forest. One crisp autumn morning, Tom decided to explore the forest. He packed a small bag with some bread, cheese, an apple, and his favorite book about wolves. With a sense of excitement, he set off into the woods, hoping to catch a glimpse of the majestic creatures. The forest was a beautiful place, full of tall trees and the sounds of birds singing. Tom walked along a narrow path, marveling at the sights and sounds around him. After a while, he came across a small clearing. He sat down on a fallen log, took out his book, and began to read. As he read, Tom heard a rustling noise nearby. He looked up and saw a young wolf pup peeking out from behind a bush. The pup had soft, grey fur and curious blue eyes. Tom's heart raced with excitement. He had never seen a wolf up close before. "Hello there," Tom said softly, trying not to scare the pup. "Are you lost?" The pup stepped out from behind the bush and sniffed the air. It seemed friendly and not afraid of Tom. Slowly, Tom reached into his bag and pulled out a piece of bread. He held it out to the pup, who sniffed it and then gently took it from his hand. "You're a brave little wolf," Tom said with a smile. "What's your name?" Just then, Tom heard a loud howl from deeper in the forest. The pup's ears perked up, and it howled in response. Moments later, a large wolf emerged from the trees. It had dark grey fur and piercing yellow eyes. Tom knew this must be the pup's mother. Tom stood very still, not wanting to alarm the mother wolf. She approached slowly, sniffing the air around Tom. After a tense moment, she seemed to relax. She looked at the pup, who wagged its tail happily. "Hello," Tom said softly. "I mean no harm. I was just reading and met your pup." The mother wolf seemed to understand. She nudged the pup gently, and they both sat down near Tom. Tom couldn't believe his luck. He was sitting with wolves. Over the next few hours, Tom read his book aloud to the wolves. They seemed to enjoy the sound of his voice. The pup even curled up next to him, resting its head on his lap. Tom felt a deep sense of connection with the animals. As the sun began to set, Tom knew it was time to head back home. He stood up and smiled at the wolves. "Thank you for spending time with me. I hope we can meet again." The mother wolf gave a soft howl, and the pup wagged its tail. Tom waved goodbye and made his way back to the village, feeling happier than ever. That night, as Tom lay in bed, he couldn't stop thinking about the wolves. He felt a strong bond with them and wanted to learn more about their lives. He decided to visit the forest every day to see his new friends. Over the next few weeks, Tom visited the clearing regularly. He brought food for the wolves and spent hours reading to them and playing with the pup, whom he named Shadow. The wolves grew to trust Tom, and he learned a lot about their ways. He saw how they hunted, howled, and cared for each other. One day, while Tom was in the forest, he heard a commotion. He followed the sound and saw a group of hunters setting traps. Tom's heart sank. He knew the traps were meant for the wolves. "No, you can't do this," Tom shouted, running towards the hunters. The hunters looked surprised to see a young boy in the forest. "These wolves are dangerous," one of them said. "We're just protecting the village." "They're not dangerous," Tom insisted. "I've spent time with them. They're my friends. Please, don't harm them." The hunters were skeptical, but Tom's sincerity made them pause. "Show us," one of the hunters said. "Show us these wolves and how they trust you." Tom led the hunters to the clearing. The wolves were there, and Shadow ran to greet Tom, wagging his tail. The mother wolf watched protectively but did not attack. Tom knelt down and petted Shadow. "See? They're not dangerous," Tom said. "They're just living their lives, like us." The hunters were amazed. They had never seen wolves behave this way around a human. After a long discussion, they agreed to remove the traps and leave the wolves in peace. "Thank you," Tom said, feeling relieved. I promised to keep an eye on them and make sure they don't come near the village." From that day on, the wolves of the forest and the villagers of Timberwood lived in harmony. Tom continued to visit his friends, and the villagers respected the wolves' territory. Tom's friendship with the wolves became a cherished tale in Timberwood, reminding everyone of the importance of understanding and respecting nature. Tom grew up to be a protector of the forest, teaching others about the beauty and importance of wildlife. His bond with the wolves remained strong, and he often brought children from the village to meet Shadow and the other wolves, sharing the story of their friendship. And so, the tale of Tom and the brave wolves lived on, inspiring generations to respect and protect the natural world. It showed that with kindness, understanding, and a little bit of bravery, humans and animals could live together in peace.